Well, we're going to give Delaney Besecker's contact information here in just a second. I don't have to read a poem yet again, do I?
Oh, let's leave it for the end.
No, I just did it. Oh, well. So it's ready, set, buy. This is Mortgage Money Tips on the CHATcast, known as the Charlotte CHATcast. By the way, as a YouTube creator, we're excited about YouTube rolling out the podcast format. We can also be found on YouTube Music, so if you want to listen to it that way. So Delaney Besecker, your program is from FBC Mortgage, LLC, and so should somebody refinance at some point? I mean, the rates are now, what, 6% plus, and when should they?
The marketing team told me I couldn't tell you what the rates are.
Oh, good.
So
good.
Call me and I'll let you know.
There you go.
But yeah, so you do have the ability to refinance later, and so this opportunity, which has always been available to everyone with a mortgage. You know, whether or not you qualify is another question, but in general, if you have a mortgage, you can think about refinancing at some point. It's a great kind of caveat to have in the back of your mind if you have a lot of heartburn over where interest rates are today. So you are not stuck with the interest rate that you lock when you enter into a mortgage for the whole 30 years.
But let's say if I
term
refinance in 2 years, now I got to pay a bunch of costs again, closing costs.
Good point, but you don't have to pay them. They are going to be charged. You know, so at FBC we run a program. We're running it now where if you close with us on the purchase of your home and then refinance within the next 1 to 2 years, we'll waive your closing fees on the lending side. But
so that's almost a way to say, make you feel comfortable about going ahead with a mortgage now, because if in 2 years the rates go down dramatically, don't wait for that. But if they go down, then you'll refi.
Right. So now you still have to pay the attorney to do their title work, but you don't have to pay it out of pocket. So you can roll those costs into the loan, and it adds a very minimal amount to your monthly payment.
Yeah.
I couldn't really put a number on it for you here because it depends on the amount.
But it is for 30 years. So
it is for 30. It's drawn out for 30 years, and it's not that much. So it really, you know, we're talking minimal. Yeah. Very minimal. So,
but at what point should, I mean, if it goes down a point, if it goes down 2 points, when should they?
That's a conversation that you'll need to have with your mortgage lender. And
someone they like and trust?
Like and trust and are okay keeping around for a little while, because, you know, it's kind of a moving target, and there are many different things you can do with a refinance. If you want to if you want to renovate your kitchen or fence in your backyard or go on a huge vacation or just have a nice dinner, you know, whatever, you can take money out of the equity of your home with a cash out refinance. It's a different type of product, but
now that almost sounds like a HELOC, like a home equity line of credit.
So a home equity line of credit,
if I'm going to
similar
dinner,
concept.
I'm taking my wife out to a really nice dinner. Do I really want to refinance for that?
Oh, well, if you want to do it all the time and make her happy, yeah. But the home equity line is a very similar option. It's not the same. The cash out refinance it is done. You can't just repay it and then borrow it again like you can a home equity line of credit. So different product, but same kind of concept.
Again, as an old guy, you know, it seems like if I'm 2 years in on a 30-year mortgage, there's not a lot of equity yet for me to pull out.
Well, for anybody who bought in 2019 or early 2020, there's a lot of equity in those houses.
Okay, because of the value of the house and all that stuff.
Yeah, and you know, we just don't know. I don't know that we'll see that type of growth here over the next couple years, but I do think we'll see growth because Charlotte is such a hot market right now.
So I'll tell my little story. My wife would, before we met, she would refinance because the mortgage guy would call us, hey, I can save you $150 a month.
Yeah.
And she's really smart. I mean, she did anesthesia for a living. She's really smart.
Yeah.
And yet the mortgage guy to save you $150 a month, well, now she's paying some closing costs because he's got to get paid. But then if that was 3 years into the mortgage, now she's got another 30 year. Right. So the last time I did it, I put my foot down, and I hate Wells Fargo and the big banks in general.
Yeah.
But I went to someone like you and asked him to, number one, I've got 25 years left on my term. I'm not refinancing for 30. I'm refinancing for 25. I don't want to extend my time.
Right.
And he said, fine, and that's obviously good. But then they closed it. Guess who they sold it to?
Bank of America.
Wells Fargo.
Wells Fargo.
So anyway.
You know, and that's why it's a moving target, and you can't really put a number on it because your motive behind refinancing may be different. You can shorten the term of your mortgage and save thousands and thousands of dollars on interest through a refinance. Doesn't mean your payment's going to be lower. Doesn't mean it'll be higher. It could be the same. It depends on how you structure the refinance.
Well, and they could go with a 30 that they refinance 3 years later. If they got 27, if they could afford it, they could go down to 20, couldn't they?
Absolutely, yeah. There are so many things you can do. You know, your house as an asset is a tool for you to do many other things, and refinancing can be a great avenue to do a lot with your asset. And a lot of people have aversion to refinancing because they probably didn't have a great experience with their mortgage lender because they didn't close with me. And I'm just kidding. And then also, you know, they
Wait, say that again. Make that. I like that. Say that like.
Because they didn't close with me?
No, they didn't have a good experience.
They didn't have a good experience because they didn't close with me. No, there's lots of great lenders out there, but you know, also if you don't fully understand where the costs are coming from in any closing, whether it's a purchase or a refinance, that sucks. You know, thousands of dollars here, thousands of dollars there. Where does it all go? I have no idea. And that's not a comfortable experience. So, but if you have someone that you know knows the process and can explain it in a way that you will understand it, it becomes normal. It's just a transaction.
Well, it's been fun. We could have. I know we just kind of scratched the surface.
Oh man, these short videos are so hard for me. I could just talk for 3 or 4 hours and create a movie for everyone to watch. A movie on mortgage lending.
A movie on mortgage lending. Now that's
documentary. That's what it would
fascinating. Be. All right, now somebody's got to read you a little poem from your compliance department.
Right, I'll do it
lawyers.
the last time.
But give them your phone number first. Tell us your name, your NMLS number. I know it's in your poem, but just give them your name and your phone number twice.
My name is Delaney Besecker. I work for FBC Mortgage. My NMLS ID is 2130746. Delaney Besecker, FBC Mortgage, 2130746. My phone number.
Yeah.
So you can call me.
Try sideways for the mugshot. Turn sideways. Yeah. Now my phone number is.
My phone number is 404. It's an Atlanta number. 310-5055. Really easy. All the 4s, all the 3s, all the 5s.
Give it again.
404-310-5055.
Hey guys, we appreciate our hosts here, which is Foxcroft at Waverly, and I hope you'll stay tuned for more of these and let me know what you want. If you want some different information, don't tell me that you want her to do a 3-hour one because that ain't happening. But anyway, guys, we hit subscribe, like, share, blah, 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 all the stuff the kids do. Appreciate you tuning in to the Charlotte CHATcast with Delaney Besecker. You ready to read your poem?
Yeah, let's do it. All right, Delaney Besecker, again, NMLS ID 2130746. I feel like it's an inmate number.
It is. Yeah. Turn sideways for the mugshot.
Right. The content in this video is for informational and educational purposes only. The information contained in the posted content represents the views and opinions of the original creators and does not necessarily represent the views of FBC Mortgage LLC, which is NMLS number 152859. I'm getting good at this because I've read it so many times now. All products are subject to credit and property approval, programs, rates, program terms, and conditions subject to change without notice. Not all products are available in all states or for all amounts. Other restrictions and limitations may apply, and this is not a commitment to lend.
Give me your number one more time.
404-310-5055.
All right,
Talk
guys.
to you soon.
Talk soon.